Hello and welcome back to the Angelic Portal Guided Meditation series. This is guided meditation number 6. We'll start in about 15 to 20 seconds. In the meantime, I'd ask that you get in a comfortable seat with your feet firmly planted on the ground or seated in the lotus position if that is your preference. Lying on your bed is another option. Whichever position you choose is fine. This will take around about 30 minutes for the guided meditation. So get yourself comfortable, and I'm going to count from 1 to 10. When I get to 10, we'll officially start. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close your eyes for me. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to start by relaxing the body. Put your attention on your left leg. I'll get you to just relax the toes and the foot. Relax from your ankle up to your knee. Focus on your hamstring and thigh. And relax that for me also. Let all of the tension go. Feel the tingling sensations in your left toes. That's fantastic. Allow your leg to be nice and relaxed. And we'll do the same thing with your right leg. Place your attention on your right toes and your foot, relaxing from your ankle all the way to your knee and continuing up your leg. Relaxing your thigh as well as your hamstring in the process. Let that leg completely relax. That's the way. Both legs are nice and comfortable. Perfect. Let's draw the attention to the buttocks and to the groin area. I'd like you to relax those areas for me also. No tension, just nice and calm. Perfect. Drawing your attention to the stomach muscles. Let go of all the tension from your stomach. Nice and relaxed. That's the way. Perfect. Bring your attention to the chest and to the shoulders. Relax the body in those locations. So relax the abdomen, chest and shoulders. Allow them to completely release. As I've mentioned a few times, carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders is not something we want to do. So just relax those shoulders as if someone has gently placed their hands on them. That's it. Same thing with your back. All the muscle groups starting from the base of the spine and moving all the way up. Feel the body sinking into the ground. Let all the tension dissolve. Next, let's relax your arms. Focus your attention on your left hand and relax your fingers. Relax your hand all the way up your arm to your shoulder. You may feel tingling in your left fingers as you do so. That's perfectly okay. And bring your attention to your right hand and do the same. Relax your fingers, then relax your hand all the way up your right arm to your shoulders. That's it. Let go of all the tension. Let's focus on your face. Let your jaw release. Feel your eyes soften and release any tension between the eyes and your forehead. Let all of the tension go. I'm going to count from 1 to 10. I just want you to go into a deeper state of relaxation. So as I count from 1 to 10, you'll go deeper and deeper. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, deeper and deeper. 4, 5, 6, 7, deeper and deeper. You go 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Now in front of you, I want you to see the winding pathway that you have been on previously. Trees on either side. See it in as much detail as you can, noticing the colours that are visible. And go ahead and walk along that pathway for me. We're heading towards the angelic portal, which is a white portal. And just as you're walking along this pathway, just listen to the birds. You can hear them. You might see a few flying through the branches. That's brilliant. And up ahead you can see the portal. There is an angel standing in front of it. It's an angelic guide. And as you get closer, please go ahead and wave or acknowledge the angel. You'll find that the angel is very happy to see you. The angel is love-based, and you can feel that love directed towards you. Fantastic. So the portal itself, it's predominantly white. Well, it's pretty much all white. There is little traces of gold and silver visible as well. I do want you at this stage to follow the angel guide and go in to the portal, noticing the gold and silver is starting to become a bit more powerful as you walk through, and you'll see that the grass is starting to become visible now. So heading into the portal, or from the portal onto the grass, in front of you, you can see the lake. That's it. And I want you to see the mountain range behind that. You can see trees on both sides of the lake. To the right hand side of the lake is your personal home, and a little further around again is the entrance to the White Room portal. So let's head over to the water and see what we can see today, just to get your visual awareness in tune. So maybe put your feet in the water. Make sure you're not wearing any shoes or anything like that. Notice the temperature of the water. It's beautiful. Maybe splash a little bit of water on your face actually, and feel the freshness of it as you do so. I did notice on our last arrival there were some crystals, and many of them have got some very interesting colours. So if you do know anything about crystals, maybe pay attention and see what types of crystals you can see there. If you don't, well, just appreciate the colours. That's great. Beautiful. And if you can get out of the water, please, and you'll notice that you are miraculously dry again. Fantastic. It's time to follow the angelic guides around the right hand side of the lake towards your home. So if you can do that for me, I'll take this opportunity to remind you that you can visit the angelic portal at any time you choose and spend as long as you like here. It is a wonderful place to come. It is very, very relaxing. So as we keep walking along the grass by the side of the lake, I want you to notice what appears to be some ducks at the far end. I haven't seen these particular ducks before. Notice that there are a couple of birds flying overhead as well. And if you can go ahead and see them in as much detail as you can, that would be fantastic. That's it. So arriving in front of the home there, I'll just get you to touch it. Feel the composition of the materials. Just notice whether it's rough or soft to your touch. That's it. And I'm going to ask you to walk around the outside of the home. Have a look at the sides and the back of it. Just let it take shape naturally. See that the tree line still exists behind the home. And as you continue to walk around the home, continue to see it in as much detail as you can before returning back to the front of the home. That's great. Now, doing this exercise allows for a deeper appreciation of your home and increases your ability to see things. So that's why we did that. what I'm going to get you to do is follow the angel again, and we're going towards the White Room portal. So we'll just walk there. Just as we're doing that, just notice the arrival of the 4 angels above you. There's an extra one this time, and that is because as we advance through the guided meditations, we are going to require more assistance from them to balance out your vibration as it adapts to the new surroundings. So the 4 angels will facilitate that, and just like last time, they've landed on the other side of the lake. So we've arrived in front of the White Room portal now, just a little further down from your home. As you can see, if you turn it around, you can see that. The portal itself, it's predominantly white. There is very slight traces of gold and silver. I'll get you to follow the angel guide now and just go through the portal. And as you do that, just notice those gold and silver flakes as you're walking through. You'll see a seat take form in the middle of the White Room. If you can go ahead and take a seat for me, please. And the angel guide will just obscure itself from view, and the portal will not be visible either. So you'll notice that the colour white is visible in every direction, including above and below you. You can see the chair that you're sitting on, and if you look down, you'll see your legs as well. As you know, the White Room does have the ability to project anything in front of you for you to interact with. That's the purpose of the White Room. So what I want you to visualize this time is a restaurant that you have visited before. A restaurant. Let it take shape in front of you. I want you to see it take form, but remember, you are sitting in your seat. So it is outside of touching distance. Just remain seated. Yep, give yourself the correct viewpoint. If you look down at your feet, you'll see that you're still sitting in that chair. And look behind you quickly, you'll see white is there as well. That's it. It's almost as if the image of the restaurant is projected in like a semicircle TV screen. And you can see it in front of you. So what I'm going to ask you to do now is shimmer. All of a sudden, the White Room has been replaced with that of the restaurant, and by shimmering, you are now standing at the front door of this restaurant. I want you to look around, noticing in as much detail whatever it is you can see from your vantage point. So you're totally immersed in this scene now. By shimmering, you have now emerged into this scene. Great work. Notice as much as you can. So standing on the pavement in front of the restaurant, I want you to see what's coming up and down the street, for example. See what's on the other side of the road or the pathway. Perfect. I'll ask you to go to the front door and enter the restaurant and head to the front counter. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to ask for a table. It'll be you and me, maybe 3 or 4 other people. Just let everyone appear next to you. Next, we're going to go ahead and find the table. So we'll follow the waiter who has been given the job of showing us the table. And we arrive and then we'll sit. So let's do that. Notice your surroundings in as much detail as you can. So here is a concept for you. Before arriving here, you were in the White Room, and when you shimmered, it made it possible for you to emerge outside of the restaurant. So we know that when we use the White Room, we can alter a personal dimension quite quickly by simply shimmering into any scene that emerges there. So conceptually, I just want you to be aware of that. There is no need to do anything with that information, just be aware of it. So take a moment maybe now to notice the carpet of the floor of the restaurant. Also look up, look at the ceiling. That's it. Get as much detail as you can. And now if you can pick up the menu, please. Have a look at what's available. And by the way, I want you to recognize that the person that guided us to the table, the waiter, was in fact a gap filler. The reason we know that, the reason we know it's a gap filler, is because it was just pleasantries that were exchanged. There was no personal details exchanged. So we also know we're in a personal dimension at all times, and our personal dimension is showing that we're in this restaurant, and whatever it is you're looking at in the restaurant is in that personal dimension. Fantastic. So picking up the menu, we'll have a look at this together. And the first thing I want you to notice is what is actually listed on there. Let's have a look through. And the third item on that menu, it says that there is fish for sale. I want you to sit in silence for 30 seconds. Imagine what you feel about fish. Maybe it's got some vegetables that come with it. Maybe it's French fries. How do you feel about that? I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm just looking around at this menu. I do see another item that might be of interest. Let's discuss that. So I see some tacos. Steak or chicken tacos are available. Take a few moments to see how you feel about that. Okay. Oh my. I'm looking at the very bottom of the menu. If you have a look, you'll see listed for sale is a bat. That's on the menu. Wow. Take a few moments and notice your responses. Now, before you decide what to choose, and let's just say it's from those three options that I've mentioned, imagine that it's more likely, well, I would imagine it's more likely that the first two options, either the fish or the tacos, were more appealing than the last one, which would be the bat. So whether you've eaten bats or not, it's likely that your automatic response is to rule out option 3. So let's go ahead and order one of the first two items because the waiter's emerged, unless of course you do want the bat. And let's order them, and miraculously those items have now arrived on the table in front of you. The next thing I want you to do is go ahead and have a taste. That's it. And maybe there's a drink that you want to have. The waiter is standing next to us, so go ahead and order a drink. Be very specific. I'll give you a few seconds. Time for another concept. Now, whatever the drink choice that you have made arose in your mind as a thought. From there, once you became aware of it, you ordered it because you felt good about it. It was appealing. So I want you to label the concept of the thought arising in your head to that of a new name. Let's give it a new definition. And that definition is now that you have received a signal. So let's recap. You've ordered a drink, a specific drink, and you have received a signal about drink choices. And you went ahead and made a decision based on that. If the thought had not arose in your head to order whatever it was that you ordered, then you would never have been able to order it from the waiter. So think about that. If the thought had not arose in your head in the first place to order the drink, you wouldn't obviously be able to order it. You have to be aware of it. So instead of taking responsibility for the drink options appearing in your mind and thinking it was your idea, simply be open to the concept that you received a signal on the topic of what to drink. Because your taste buds, or should I say your body, seemed to be in agreement, the drink choice was then made. Fantastic. And we'll order those drinks, and miraculously they have arrived also. Okay, so look over your right shoulder and you'll see a window. You'll see a family sitting at a table in front of the window. There's a little child there, maybe he's 5 or 6 year old. He's quite restless though, and clearly doesn't want to be there. So I'm going to get you to keep eating and watching this child. And he is taking little napkins and making little bowls from them. He's scrunching them up and throwing them all over the restaurant. So he's receiving signals to do that. A thought is arising in his head to do that. So sure, he may think it's his own choice. The chances are, though, he won't be. A thought is simply arising in his head to throw the napkins, and he's doing it. So what if he was receiving a signal to do that? A signal which he identified as being his own, and without even thinking about it, he just acted on it. So I'm going to ask you to consider that concept. The thoughts are rising in the mind, and then signals are being received. If you, by the way, immediately thought of the little boy being a gap filler, that's terrific. You're one step ahead of me. I do need to address the subject of signals first, however, and I need to do this topic in isolation. So to do that, just indulge me and see the little boy as being real for this example. So if you had received signals to make little bowls from napkins and throw them around the restaurant, you probably would choose not to do that as you're an adult, because you're an adult. It's not really considered table etiquette. That opens up the concept that signals may be received, but they do not need to be acted upon. That topic will be addressed when we see the topic of, or when we discuss the topic of vibration in future guided meditations. Turn your attention to the mother. She's quite unhappy. Father, maybe even more so. Continue on eating and have a drink as we keep watching. I want you to notice the behaviour of the mother and father and how they are choosing to handle the situation. I want you to consider that whatever it is they are doing, they're receiving signals to act the way that they are. Fantastic. I want you to notice how you're feeling about the situation, and once again, we'll call that signals. So let's talk about the signals as we're eating our dinner. Signals are what is arising inside of your mind before you actually act on the thoughts. Okay, time to order dessert. Have a look at the dessert menu as the waiter comes over and clears away everything. Dinner was beautiful, by the way. There's a few beautiful desserts, so go ahead and order one. In the white room, we do not need to worry about calories, you'll be happy to know. So let's get the desserts ordered. And now they arrive. I want you to observe that whatever it was that you ordered, it arose in your mind, which is really the same thing as saying you received a signal. Now let's just say, for example, you did order a nice big chocolate cake, and let's imagine the person next to you also wanted to get the chocolate cake, but ended up with a piece of fruit. Now visualize that for me. You've ordered the chocolate cake. The person next to you has ordered a piece of fruit, but they really did want the chocolate cake also. Let's talk about what happened there within the framework of signals. With yourself, the first thing that happened is a signal had been received that you wanted the chocolate cake. And then you followed through and acted on that signal by ordering it. And it arrived in front of you. Very easy. Let's see what happened with the person next to you from their viewpoint and observe how they experienced it. So, they decided that they wanted the chocolate cake. They received a signal to order it. And then, as they were thinking about it, they've decided that they have put on too much weight recently and that they want to choose a healthier option. So that thought process is also a signal. So was the follow through of ordering the piece of fruit. So the signal is really the thought that arises before the spoken word, and it often continues on to being the spoken word. So finish up the dessert for me if you can. Stand up. The bill has been taken care of by the angelic portal, so don't worry about that. And let's walk outside. Say goodbye to everyone, and I'll get you to Shimmer. So you should be back in the white room. That's it. I'm going to ask the angel guide to make itself visible, and the exit to the white room is also now visible. That's it. And we're going to follow the angelic guide back through the portal, exit the white room, and in the process we'll head back to the angelic portal homeworld, which is where the lake is. And just notice the slight gold and silver colours that exist on your walk through the portal. That's it. And emerge back in front of the lake, where opposite you stand the four angels who have held space for us and regulated your energy whilst you were in the white room. Some very interesting concepts were introduced to you today. As you look at the water and the ducks swimming in front of you, I want you to consider this. It is possible to alter your frequency from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness. The concepts being explained in the guided meditations actually build on one another to help achieve that. As our journey continues together, you'll find insights build on insights. Ultimately, you will have your own direct personal experiences, all without my participation, right here in this angelic portal. Your own guides are ready to meet you once more. You've already done it many times. We just need to quieten your mind so you can perceive their messages. And that is why the subject matter of today was discussed. It's a building block to enable that to happen. The angel guide wants us to follow. So let's do that. If you can walk in the direction of your own personal home, please. We're going to head back towards the angelic portal exit point, essentially. To do that, we do need to walk by the home. As we do that, let's notice the beautiful surroundings of the angelic portal. Notice your emotional state when you're in here. You're nice and relaxed. Great work. And as we walk by the home towards the exit, take the opportunity to thank the four angels on the other side of the lake. They have unconditional love for you. I'm sure you can feel that. And keep walking, and as we approach the portal, which is the entrance and the exit point, one more time I'm going to ask you to observe as much of the scenery as possible. Take that opportunity to deepen the imagery. Notice everything in as much detail as you can. That's great. Okay, So standing in front of the portal, it is white, but there is a reasonably large amount of gold and silver visible as well. So please do go ahead and follow the angel guide through the portal. And as we do that, notice the colours that I've just mentioned and emerging out onto the pathway on the other side. That's it. You can see the trees around you as well. We'll take the opportunity to thank the angel guide for their assistance today. So do that for me, please. And we'll see the angel guide very soon. What I'll get you to do is become aware of the surroundings that you're doing this guided meditation in other words, the room. I'm going to count from 10 to 1, and I am going to bring you back into the room that you're doing this from. So if it is daytime for you when you're doing this, you'll feel nice and energized, ready to get on with the day. If it is the evening, you'll be prepared for a great night's sleep. So that'll be what will happen. So here we go. 10, 9, 8. Move your hands and your feet from side to side. 8, 7, 6, 5. Move your body from side to side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Opening your eyes. That's great. So today's concepts, very important building blocks. Don't overthink them too much. They will keep being added to. And by the time you finished your 20 guided meditations, you'll be in a completely different position of being able to understand what fifth dimensional consciousness is and also be able to apply that. Until the next time, thank you very much.